I am Lucy Edwards, Director of Client Success at VHT Studios. Today, I'm in Miami Beach, and my guest is Carmen Casadella, the Director of Development Sales at Fortune International Group. How are you doing, Carmen?
Very well. Thank you for having me, Lucy.
So, Carmen, let's talk about your role at Fortune International Group since you are so much involved in new development.
Yes, so I'm the Vice President of Development Sales. So for that, basically, what I do is manage different projects that we have, that we're launching. They are in different stages of construction. Some of them we just launched and we don't even have like the proper marketing material because we are just starting with the sales process. Some of them we're just delivering. So it's basically everything in between.
So is it all in Miami, South Miami, or is it all over Florida?
So most of our projects are in Miami-Dade.
Okay.
Just recently, we have launched a few projects in Broward because we feel that there is definitely a desire and appetite for our clients to explore new areas. But we have had projects internationally in Argentina and Paraguay, in Brazil. And now we are also representing 2 projects in Spain.
Oh, that is lovely. And where in Spain?
In Barcelona.
Of course it is, because that's where you're from, right?
That is where I'm from. Yes, correct. And I love the excuse of being back and forth.
Nice business trip.
Absolutely.
Fortune International Group is such a prestigious and a boutique in a way, though you do have 800 agents for regular real estate needs?
Correct. So Fortune International is a company that it's been in the market for over 35 years. And we have 3 different branches. So one of it is what you mentioned, the general real estate, and where we have over 800 agents. The other one is we are the third-party development and sales representative for other developers. And the third one is we have our own developments as well.
Oh, okay.
So I take care of the third-party developers.
I see. Okay. So what your role at the company, you take care of all the new developments that that Fortune International Group is investing in as well?
Correct. So we do have our own developments, as I mentioned, and as well as we represent other developers. And that is a great role because my CEO and the chairman of the company, the president, Edgardo de Fortuna, he can basically wear the hat as a developer even when he's representing somebody else. So he understands some cost limitations, the process of bringing to life one of those beautiful, amazing towers that we have in Miami.
So are they mostly multifamily? Do you have are you investing in townhomes as well for new development?
So most of the developers and the developments that we represent are luxury residential buildings. A lot of them in prime locations on the beach, Brickell, Edgewater, Coconut Grove. So all the areas basically in Miami. But there has been a trend of moving to a more boutique building. And so we also represent buildings that have as few as 40 units, but they are, very selective and very luxurious and in a prime location. So we have a little bit of everything from, smaller 1-bedroom apartments starting perhaps in the $400,000 to $40 million apartments. Right. So we have quite a range of properties under our development.
Are you also investing as a company in new developments of just single residential homes? And they can be anywhere between $20 and $50 million as well.
So the single family homes in Miami normally are, because the land scarcity, you don't have like an enormous amount of single family homes to represent. So it has been more of smaller developments that have been one at a time. So it's not been like the kind of project that we can really
invest
help fulfill and bring to the market.
Well, what about agents? If someone would like to join your team with new development, do they have to have special experience? Are they going through some training? How does that work?
That's a great question because a lot of people ask me that. When you are an in-house sales agent, your client is not really the client, the final client. Most of the times your client comes through a broker. So it's very important to have those broker relationships very, very strong, because otherwise, the moment that we launch a project and we start communicating to the world, if you don't have that network of brokers that follow you and that trust you to bring you their clients, it's very hard to be successful. So the shift almost changes, the focus shifts to getting the broker relationships as opposed to just getting a final single client user.
Right.
So that's what is very important. And unfortunately, because this market is very competitive, very lucrative, but also very competitive, unless there is some experience behind those wonderful developers that have these luxurious towers, want the expertise, want somebody that has already comes with a great experience to manage and to be part of their projects.
So would you say your role also includes build the relationship with new developers so then you can invite your team and help them grow?
Correct, yes. One of the reasons why I got to my position as a vice president in Fortune is because I was able to bring several projects to Fortune through my relationships and because they trust me on the work that I was already doing as an in-house sales agent, which is what I did. So yes, I help bring the projects as well as I help bring new talent for all the projects that we have.
And how do you work on your marketing strategy? Because in my opinion, to represent a 40-unit luxury building, which is, like you are saying, in tens of millions of dollars, you have to really have a strategy. And sometimes you have to start marketing that property and those condominiums way before you even have a hole in the ground.
Exactly. It's a big process. And I'm not just obviously the person that creates all that image. There is a marketing team behind, which also is a Fortune marketing team, which is wonderful. We together try to conceive something that is unique about the project, because I think you have to differentiate yourself, and the only way to do it is being able to communicate and to transmit that's something that makes that project unique. So we come up with a message, we come up with images, renderings, and we have wonderful agencies that we work with and that we put a lot of talent together to create that campaign that it will help us launch the project.
Right, and then you invest in distributing that material.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure first of all, your brand is very prestigious. So I'm sure that everyone is using also their connections and the social media. And I saw your print material, which is just absolutely amazing when we were at Real Deal conference. And you, by the way, your display was, all I can say is it's just spectacular. So that is an investment in your image of the company and also of projects that you are representing.
Correct. So the wonderful thing is, by being on the market for so long, people already recognize Fortune with a lot of successes that we have. Only this year, we have sold out 3 projects, 1030, Cuadro, and as well, let me see, what was the other one? 57 Ocean.
Okay.
So those
57 Ocean was also advertised at Real Deal conference.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So these 3 projects sold out even before we delivered them, except for Cuadro, that was actually a conversion. But that gives you an idea of the strength that we have in the marketing and sales. We also have another 3 projects that I think we're going to be able to say that they are sold out within the first 3 months of the year, of next year. So the developers from all over the world are coming to us to present us with their offerings and what they have as a project. And we are in a position that we can choose what we feel really that's going to be a successful project and is going to do well within the marketing that we know. So it is wonderful to be in this position, because I think like the strength of Miami as sales right now is incredible, and also the strength of Fortune development sales is really strong.
So when you are talking about developers from all over the world are coming to work with Fortune International Group, are you talking about them offering their projects to be built in Miami, or they also would like to work with you somewhere else, like in Brazil or Argentina?
Both. We have had, like I said, opportunities, and we have launched projects internationally. But right now, I think like the world is like really looking at Miami as a success story, both for lifestyle, for the technologies that now allow us to live and work anywhere else, and everything that has happened, unfortunately, during COVID has accelerated the fact that people want to move into South Florida. So because of that strength that we have, also developers from all over the world want to come and be part of this success story, which is the city of Miami and also South Florida. So there are also a lot of domestic developers coming from the Northeast, from the West, from the Midwest, to Miami, with bringing their expertise and trying to develop projects here, as well as international projects, international developers as well.
Would you say your buyers, the ending client, the buyer of the property, are they mostly international, or they are from all over United States?
So Miami, typically, if you were asking me a few years ago, I will tell you mostly international, a little bit domestic. Right now, the numbers that we have, it shows us that it's about 50-50. The domestic buyer has really stepped up, has really realized that the lifestyle in Miami is compared to none. And of course, the taxes also have helped us.
Oh, yes.
So there has been a mix of reasons why they are coming here, but it has been an incredible run for the last couple of years.
And really, nothing is stopping international buyer either to invest, regardless of the pandemic and all the difficulties that have been taking place lately. You still see a lot of interest.
We still see a lot of interest, but I feel that we haven't seen the whole full scope of international buyers coming here, because some of them still have restrictions to come. So I think that 2022 is still going to be a very strong year, also supported by the international buyer.
Would you say that lately, since this horrible incident in Miami, would you say that now there are more restrictions, which is a good thing, during the building process, the regulations, the inspections? Has that been enforced even more lately?
Yes, I believe so, and rightfully so. So I believe that all the projects that we're delivering now are going through extreme strict rounds of inspections, which they were always in place, but I feel like now it's perhaps even more. And actually, Miami is quite at the forefront of rules and regulations for new constructions because of our hurricanes. So I feel like we already have quite a good system in place, but it's now getting even better.
So your foundation of good systems is getting increased, and it's for the better, and everyone will feel secure and comfortable and confident that they're moving into the right place.
Correct, exactly.
Yeah, if they can find one, because there is still shortage of inventory.
There is a chronically low inventory in South Florida. And the thing is that people tell me, wow, but what is the best time to buy? The best time to buy is now, because what's happened is, yes, we now have an influx of new projects that are launching, but even when all these projects get built, it's still going to happen for 5 years until they're delivered, because they are high towers, they take some time to build. So for 4 to 5 years, I don't expect that the inventory gets any more than what we have right now. Because what happened was that since 2016-17, there were no new projects being launched. So that means like whatever we have now, that's what it's going to be for a while, until the new wave of projects become available.
And also you have limited land. There's only so much Miami land can give
Correct.
you to build on, unless you start getting rid of all the buildings that are not
But
as safe.
that takes a long time, and people are already quite sophisticated and savvy. They know that the developers are looking to build, something more expensive. So they're asking quite a bit of money.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not easy. It's not easy to put together a whole parcel and to be able to build.
Well, all I can say is that it's such a pleasure to meet you. You have amazing company. I really enjoyed meeting you and your colleagues during the Real Deal conference. I wish you all the best. Have a great trip to Barcelona. Enjoy every minute of it, Carmen.
Thank you so much.
And enjoy your family. All the best to you, to your company, and to your team.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you and sharing, the passion for real estate that we have, because it is an amazing time to be in Miami right now.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.